أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. Surah Al-Isra, Ayah 1. Glory be to Him who took His devotee Muhammad one night from Al-Masjid Al-Haram in Makkah to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem, whose vicinity we have blessed so that we may show Him some of our signs. Surely He is the one who is the All-Hearer, the All-Seer. We gave Musa the book and made it a guide for the children of Israel, saying, do not take any other protector besides me. You are the descendants of those whom He carried in the ark with Nuh, and he was indeed a grateful devotee. Besides this, we forewarned the children of Israel in their holy book that you will do mischief in the land twice through becoming arrogant transgressors, and each time you will be punished. When the promise for the first of the two forewarnings came to be fulfilled, we sent against you our servants who gave you a terrible warfare, so they rampaged through your homes, and thus the promise was fulfilled. Then after this we afforded you an opportunity to overpower them, and helped you with wealth and sons, and granted you more manpower. If you did good, it was for your own benefit, but if you did evil, it was for your own selves. Then when the promise for your second forewarning came to be fulfilled, we sent another army to sadden your faces and to enter your masjid, their temple in Jerusalem, as the former had entered it before. And they utterly destroyed all that they laid their hands on. Now your Rabb may be again merciful to you, but if you repeat the same behavior, we will repeat the punishment, and in the hereafter we have made hell a prison for such unbelievers. Surely this Quran guides to the way which is perfectly straight, and gives good news to the believer who does good, that they shall have a great reward. And at the same time, it gives warnings to those who do not believe in the hereafter, that we have prepared for them a painful punishment. Yet man prays for evil when angry, as he prays for good, and mankind is ever hasty. We have made the night and day as two signs. We enshrouded the night with darkness, and gave light to the day to enable you to seek the bounty of your Rabb, and that you may compute the years and count the numbers. Thus we have set forth all things in detail. We have fastened the destiny of every man to his own neck, and on the day of resurrection we shall bring out for him a book spread wide open, saying, read your book of deeds. Today you yourself are sufficient to take your own account. He that seeks guidance, that guidance shall be for his own soul, but he that goes astray does so to his own loss. No bearer shall bear the burden of another on the day of judgment, and during your worldly life we do not inflict punishment until we send forth a Rasul to truth distinct from falsehood. Whenever we have intended to destroy a town, it was because we sent our commandments to His people who were leading easy lives, but they showed disobedience. As a result, our judgment was passed, and we razed that city to the ground. How many generations have we destroyed since Nuh's time? How many generations have we destroyed since Nuh's time? Sufficient is your Rabb to note and see the sins of His. He that desires the transitory things of this life, we readily grant him such things as we please to whomsoever we want, then we condemn him to hell, where he will burn blameworthy and rejected. He who desires the life of the hereafter, and strives for it as best as he can, provided he is a believer, the endeavor of every such person will be accepted. We bestowed on all, these as well as those, out of the bounties of your Rabb. The bounties of your Rabb are not confined. See how we have exalted some over others, and certainly the hereafter is more exalted and greater in excellence. Do not associate another deity with Allah, lest you sit back condemned, forsaken. Your Rabb has decreed to you that you shall worship none but Him, and you shall be kind to your parents. If one or both of them live to their old age in your lifetime, you shall not say to them any word of contempt, nor repel them, and you shall address them in kind words. You shall lower to them your wings of humility out of mercy for them and pray, O my Rabb, bestow on them your blessings just as they cherished me when I was a little child. Your Rabb knows best what is in your hearts. If you had good intentions, certainly He is most forgiving to those who turn to Him in repentance. You shall give to your relatives their due, and to the needy, and to the wayfarers. You shall not be a spendthrift, as spendthrifts are the brethren of Shaitan, and Shaitan is ever ungrateful to his Rabb. You should speak courteously to needy persons, if you are waiting for your Rabb's bounty, and you lack the means to assist them. You shall neither tie your hands to your neck and be miserly, nor stretch them forth to their utmost reach and be prodigal, lest you sit back, blameworthy, destitute. Surely your Rabb gives abundantly to whom He pleases, and sparingly to whom He wills. For He is aware of the conditions of His servants, and observes them closely. You shall not kill your children for fear of want, for it is we who provide sustenance for them as well as for you. Surely killing them is a great blunder. You shall not go near the unlawful sex. Surely it is a shameful deed and an evil way, opening the door to other evils. You shall not kill anyone whose killing Allah has forbidden, except for just cause under the Islamic law. If anyone is killed unjustly, we have granted the right of retribution to his heir, but let him not carry his vengeance too far in killing the culprit, as he is supported by the law. You shall not go near the property of an orphan, except with the good intention of improving it until he attains his maturity. You shall fulfill your pledges. Surely you shall be accountable for your pledges. You shall give full measure when you measure, and weigh with even scale. This is the best way, and will prove to be the best in the end. You shall not follow anyone blindly in those matters of which you have no knowledge. Surely the use of your ears and the eyes and the heart, all of these shall be questioned on the Day of Judgment. You shall not walk arrogantly on the earth, for you can neither rend the earth asunder, nor attain the height of the mountains. All these, their evil aspects, are hateful in the sight of your Rabb. This is but a part of the wisdom which your Rabb has revealed to you. Do not associate with Allah other deities as objects of worship, lest you should be cast into hell, blameworthy, rejected. What? Has your Rabb preferred to give you sons, and adopted angels as daughters for Himself? Certainly you are uttering a monstrous statement. We have indeed explained things in various ways in this Quran, so that they may receive admonition, yet it has only added to their aversion. Tell them, if there were other gods besides Him, as the mushrikeen say, they would have certainly tried to find a way to dethrone the Master of the throne. Glory be to Him. He is far above the things that they say about Him. The seven heavens, the earth, and all beings therein declare His glory. There is not a single thing that glorifies Him with His praise, and you do not understand their hymns of His glory. The fact is that He is very forbearing, forgiving. When you recite the Quran, we put a hidden barrier between you and those who do not believe in the hereafter. We cast a veil upon their hearts and make them hard of hearing, so they do not comprehend it. When in the Quran you mention His oneness, they turn their backs in disgust. We are quite aware what they really wish to hear when they listen to you, and what they say when they converse in private. These wrongdoers say to one another, the man you follow is surely bewitched. See what sort of examples they make up about you. They have surely gone astray and cannot find the right way. They say, what? When we are reduced to bones and dust, shall we really be raised up again into a new creation? Tell them, yes, most certainly you shall be brought back to life, even if you may be stones or iron, or even something harder than this that you may think of. Then they will ask, who will restore us? Say, the one who created you the first time. Then they will shake their heads at you and ask, well, when will this be? Say, it might be quite soon. It will be on the day when He will call you, and you will rise up in response to it with His praise, and you will think that you remained in the state of death but a little while. Shaitanir Rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Al-Isra, Ayah 53. Tell my servants that they should speak only what is best. Surely Shaitan stirs up trouble among them. The fact is that Shaitan is an open enemy to mankind. Your Rabb is fully aware of your circumstances. He may be merciful to you if He wants, or He may punish you if He wills. O Prophet, we have not sent you to be their guardian. Your Rabb is fully aware of all that is in the heavens and in the earth. We have exalted some prophets above the others, and gave Zabur to Dawood. Say, pray if you will to those whom you assert besides Him. They have neither the power to relieve you from any distress, nor to change it. Those to whom they pray, themselves seek the means of access to their Rabb, trying as to who can be nearer. They hope for His mercy and fear His punishment, for the punishment of your Rabb is terrible indeed. There is not a town or population, but we shall destroy it before the day of resurrection, or punish it with a severe punishment. This fact has been recorded in the book of records. We refrain from sending signs and miracles only because the men of former generations treated them as false. For example, we sent the she-camel to the people of Thamud, a manifest sign, but they wronged her. We send the signs only by way of warning, and if people reject the sign after receiving it, they are doomed. Remember, O Muhammad, we told you that your Rabb encompasses mankind. We have made the vision Al-Isra, which we showed you as an eyewitness and not as a dream, and the cursed tree of Zaqqum, which is mentioned in the Quran, a test for mankind. We are giving them warning to be fearful, but it only increases their inordinate transgression. Recall the occasion when we said to the angels, prostrate yourselves before Adam. They all prostrated except Iblis, who replied, should I prostrate to the one whom you have created from clay? Then he asked, tell me, is this the one whom you have honored above me? If you give me respite till the day of resurrection, I will certainly lead astray all but a few of his descendants. Allah said, go away. Hell is your reward, and the reward of those who follow you, an ample reward it shall be. You may try to allure whomsoever you can with your seductive voice. Muster against them all your cavalry and infantry. Be their partner in their riches and their children, and promise them what you will. The promises of Shaitan are nothing but deception. As for my servants, you shall have no authority over them. Your Rabb is sufficient as their guardian. Your Rabb is the one who drives your ships across the ocean so that you may seek His bounty. Indeed, He is ever merciful to you. Whenever any adversity strikes you at sea, you forget all those whom you pray besides Him and invoke only Him. Yet when He brings you safe to the land, you turn your backs upon Him. Indeed, man is ungrateful. Are you confident that He will not cave in the land beneath you, or let loose a deadly tornado upon you? Then you may not find anyone to protect you. Or are you confident that when again you go back to sea, He will not smite you with a violent tempest and drown you for your disbelief? If that happens, then you will not find anyone who can question us regarding this end of yours. Indeed, we have honored the children of Adam, blessed them with conveyances on land and sea, provided them with good and pure things, and exalted them above many of our creatures. Just imagine the scene on that day, when we shall call every community with their respective imams and leaders. Then those who will be given their book of deeds in their right hand will read it with pleasure, and they will not be wronged in the least. But those who played blind to the truth in this world will be blind in the hereafter, and go even further astray from the way to salvation. O Muhammad, these people have tried to entice you from our revelations, hoping that you might fabricate something in our name. Had you done that, they would have made you their friend. Had we not strengthened your faith, you might have made some compromise with them. In such a case, we would have given you double punishment in this life and in the life hereafter. Then you would have found no helper against our wrath. They almost scared you off the land in order to expel you from it. If they do so, they will not be able to stay here much longer after you. This has always been our sunnah, our course of action, with regards to those Rasools whom we sent before you. And you will find no change in our sunnah, in our course of action. Establish salah from the decline of the sun till the darkness of the night, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha, and read the Quran at Fajr, at dawn. For the reading of the Quran at Fajr is witnessed by the angels. During a part of the night, pray tahajjud with this Quran, an additional prayer for you, O Muhammad, that your Rabb may exalt you to Muqamman Mahmuda, a station of great glory. And say, O my Rabb, make my entrance to the city of Al-Madinah the entrance with truth, and make my exit from the city of Makkah this exit with truth, and grant me a supporting authority from yourself. And declare, the truth has come and falsehood has vanished, for falsehood by its nature is bound to perish. We have sent down in the Quran that which is a healing and a mercy for the believers, while to the wrongdoers it adds nothing but loss. Man is a strange creature. When we bestow our favors on man, he turns his back and drifts off to one side, instead of coming to us. And whenever evil touches him, he gives himself up to despair. O Prophet, say to them, everyone acts according to his own disposition, but only your Rabb knows best who is on the right way. They put you questions about ar-ruh, the soul. Tell them the soul is of the commands of my Rabb, and the knowledge you are given is but very little. If we want, we can definitely take away all that which we have revealed to you in this Quran. Then you will find none to help you in getting it back from us. But your Rabb has blessed you with this knowledge. Surely his blessings upon you have been great indeed. Declare, even if all human beings and jinns combine their resources to produce the like of this Quran, they would never be able to compose the like thereof, even if they backed up each other as best as they could. In this Quran, we have used different methods to make the people understand the message. Yet the majority of them persist in unbelief. They say, we will not believe in you until you cause a spring to gush forth from the earth for us, or until a garden of date palms and grapes be created for you and cause rivers to flow in it, or until you cause the sky to fall upon us in pieces as you have threatened us, or you bring Allah and the angels before us face to face, or a house made with gold comes into being for you, or you ascend to the sky. We shall not even believe in your ascension until you bring down to us a book that we can read. O Muhammad, tell them, glory be to my Rabb. Have I ever claimed to be anything more than a human Rasul? Nothing prevented people from belief when guidance came to them except the excuse, what? Has Allah sent a man like us to be a Rasul? O Muhammad, tell them, had there been in the earth angels walking about as settlers, we would certainly have sent down to them an angel from heaven as a Rasul. Say, sufficient is Allah as a witness between me and you. He is the one who is aware and observant of His servants. Those whom Allah guides are rightly guided, and those whom He lets go astray shall find no protector besides Him. On the day of resurrection we will gather them all, prone on their faces, blind, dumb and deaf. Hell shall be their abode. Whenever its flames die down, we will rekindle for them the fierceness of the fire. Thus shall they be rewarded, because they rejected our revelations and said, when we are reduced to bones and decayed particles, shall we really be raised to life in a new creation? Can they not see that Allah, who has created the heavens and the earth, has power to create people like them? He has set a deadline for their lives. There is no doubt about it. Yet the wrongdoers refuse to do anything except to disbelieve. Say to them, if you had all the treasures of my Rabb's mercy at your disposal, you would have held them back for fear of spending. Man is ever so stingy. Surah Al-Isra, Ayah 101. To Musa we gave 9 clear signs. Ask the children of Israel when he came to them and Pharaoh told him, O Musa, I think that you are bewitched. Musa replied, You know it very well that no one except the Rabb of the heavens and the earth has sent down these signs as clear evidence, and O Pharaoh, surely I think that you are doomed to destruction. So Pharaoh resolved to remove Musa and the Israelites from the land of Egypt, but we drowned him and all who were with him. Thereafter we said to the children of Israel, Settle down in the land, and when the time of final promise shall come to pass, we shall assemble you all together. We have revealed the Quran in truth, and with the truth it has come down. And O Muhammad, we have sent you only to give good news to the believers and to warn the unbelievers. We have divided the Quran into sections so that you may recite to the people with deliberation, and we sent it down in gradual revelations to suit particular occasion. Say whether you believe in it or not, it is true that those who were endowed with knowledge before its revelations, Jews and Christians like Abdullah bin Salam and Salman al-Farsi, when it is recited to them, they fall upon their faces in prostration and say, Glory be to our Rabb's promise has been fulfilled. They fall down upon their faces, weeping as they listen, and this increases their reverence. O Prophet, say to them, whether you call him Allah or call him Rahman, it is all the same by whichever name you call him, because for him are the finest names. Offer your salah neither in too loud a voice nor in too low a voice, but seek a middle course, and say, Praise be to Allah, the one who has begotten no son, and who has no partner in his kingdom, nor is he helpless to need a protector, and glorify his greatness in the best possible way.